Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari.
I am Tyler, part-time seller on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark.
You look weird, like our bodies have shifted.
We have shifted a little bit because we wanted to get our Christmas tree in the background a little bit because tis the season.
Tis the season. So speaking of that, I did want to start the video by...
Oh yeah, we're totally going to talk about this.
Okay. So for many people, I'm sure, 2020 is not the Christmas that we are all super excited about. I think we've all kind of been struggling to find some
that's an understatement of all understatements.
Yeah, I'm not being able to see friends and family, not being able to go shopping the way we normally would, going to Christmas lights and all those things that we all love to do has put a damper on things for sure. But this year, we have found this amazing community. We found you guys, people on Instagram, just the reselling community has been probably the biggest blessing of 2020 for me.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, and so a few days ago, we got home to a particularly not great day for me. Not gonna lie, wasn't having a good day. And a thing was on our doorstep, and we found a box from one of you guys, and I don't want to give out names in case they don't want.
Oh, it's our most loyal fan
and most favorite person in the entire world.
The best person ever.
So they know who they are. I don't want to give out names in case, people don't want their name given out. But anyways, I got this shirt from them, and you got that one.
I got this shirt. Wear what you get.
You can't see the ornament, but it is on our tree. It's just kind of to that side of the tree, but it is up there. It's up there. And we also got a dog bone for our dog, and just a wonderful card that I'm probably going to keep forever. It's actually right in front of me. But yes.
Yeah, it was just a nice little Christmas care package from someone that had no need to do it other than to be nice and restore
the kindest soul ever.
Yeah, to restore people's faith in humanity and just be the cheer that you want to see in the world.
Yeah, so it warmed my heart more than I can say, and it just reminded me that I do feel like I don't say enough how grateful I am for all of you and for anyone who supports us or just says a kind word here or there. Any of that, it means more than you know, and I think this year more than ever we do need to remind each other of that. So I wanted to make sure we started the video there just to make sure that I don't, give that not enough attention because it deserves it. Okay, so.
On to your video.
On to the video. So if you like reselling content, you like seeing hauls, all that type of stuff, make sure you subscribe to our video and click the notification bell so you're notified every time we put out new videos. We put out videos every Sunday and Wednesday. Make sure you're commenting down below, letting us know what you think. This is going to be a tip video. They're not usually that popular with us, so let us know if you like them, because if you don't, I shouldn't do them, right? I probably shouldn't.
Oh, no, to hell with people. Do what you want.
But I enjoy sharing what I learned.
You will sit there and like it. You will watch this video all the way. No, you're probably not.
No, but I do like sharing what I learned, so if you guys do enjoy it and you learn something from this, please let me know so I know to keep doing them, because they are our least viewed videos. But today, we're going to be talking about SEO. So to give you kind of like a reason behind this, very often, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I post up things where I say, okay, this listing has no likes, help me out. Help me with the description, help me with photos, whatever it is, whatever you think I need help with, let me know. And I do that for a few reasons. I do that, one, to see like what type of keywords you guys are using that maybe I didn't think of, or I forgot about. Maybe I had a misspelling that I missed. If you look at a listing too often, it just becomes Greek. It just doesn't even, there's nothing left to look at.
You also didn't have blue or shirt.
Yes. So things like that. Also, sometimes people will point out maybe a different way that I could present the item. Maybe I need to do a flat lay or something like that. And it helps to have a group look at it. So every time I do that, I get one answer that is the same. And it made me realize that some people might have a little bit less experience with SEO than I do. I have a marketing background, so it's something that I think I take for granted. So I wanted to share a few things that I know about SEO to hopefully help you.
Yeah.
And you don't know any of this, really.
No, I'm terrible with SEO because I work a boring office job.
Yeah, so maybe you'll learn along with them.
Probably.
So number one, and this is the one that made me decide that this video might be useful to someone, is repeating the title. So it seems to be a common misconception in the Poshmark world that the ideal listing has a title, and then in the first row of the description is another title. So I think most people understand that that first line of the description is actually the most important line for SEO, because that is where the bot is going to crawl, and that's where it's going to rank you. I think it's the first 14 words. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what's the most important. So people usually just take their title and copy it over. But that is actually terrible for SEO. SEO hates repetition. So if you do that, then basically what the bot is saying is, oh, they're repeating themselves, they're probably a bot, and they push you down and they hide you. So your listing is more likely to be hidden and less likely to rank high. So if you're not getting a lot of search results from Google and that kind of stuff, that's what's happening to you. So don't do that. What you do want to do is take your title and reorder it so that you're using those keywords that are really important in that really important spot, but you're not doing it repetitively. So for example, for this in my title, I would say lucky brand,
polka dot,
maybe burgundy, polka dot, bell sleeve, peasant top, something like that with the size. In my description, I'm gonna put lucky brand at the end. So I'm gonna say polka dot, burgundy, blouse, long sleeve, scrunched wrists by Lucky Brand. So something like that. So you need to switch it around and add a few different keywords that you didn't originally add in there to try to give that bot a bunch of different things that it can pull for and rank you for.
All right, that makes sense. Who likes repetition?
Nobody. When
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yes.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
You're gonna be annoying this video, aren't you?
I'm annoying every video. I just hide it very well.
I'm sorry, guys. Number 2 is putting emojis in the title. Now, I'm going to blame one of my favorite poshers for this, and they know I love them, so I can call them out. But the Posh Kings are probably the reason you guys are doing this. Now, don't get me wrong, the Posh Kings are gods on Poshmark. They are amazing. They're the best memes. They're the best people in the entire world. And every time that they talk to me, I feel like I've become famous or something. Like, I just can't even believe they know who I am. So, don't get me wrong. In most instances, I would tell you absolutely copy what they're doing because they are killing it. But this scenario is not the same. So Posh Kings can get away with doing something like that because they have a following and they are recognized, and so they're going to rank no matter what. You're looking for their listings, so they rank. That's the way algorithms work.
Yeah.
But for us, the people that don't have that following, what happens is if you put an emoji in front of your title, the bot is actually going to read that emoji as numbers. It's a numerical value. Now, every emoji has different numerical value, and you can look up what they are. But it's not going to recognize what that is. So when it starts scrolling your title, it comes up with a bunch of these numbers, and now you've taken away a bunch of those really important beginning spaces that we told you about. So your thing is going to rank lower and lower. So you don't want to do that. Don't waste valuable real estate on your description and or title with emojis. Just don't do it. If you absolutely have to for running a sale, and no, Poshmark still doesn't have a way to run an easy sale, do it at the end. At the end of the title. Put it all the way at the end. So at least those keywords that you really want in there are scrolled before they get to that non-gibberish number crap. Make sense?
Yeah, I don't use emojis ever for anything.
Well, they can't be read. The bot has no idea what you're talking about.
I knew something about SEO without knowing anything about SEO.
Woohoo! Okay, keyword stuffing. Okay, so this means a bunch of different things, but in this scenario, what I am talking about, and I'm sure you've all seen it, is those listings where you will use the top, for example, again. You're looking for you're looking for a Lucky Brand polka dot top, right? That's what you're looking for. So you type it in, and then you're finding Anthropologie tops, you're finding Free People tops, you're finding a Walmart brand top that is boho, you're finding all of these things. You're like, why are they showing up in my search? I typed in what I wanted. The reason that that's happening is because people are keyword stuffing. What they're doing is they're writing in their description just like you would, but then usually at the bottom, they will write in all of the things under the sun that may kind of tangentially in some world be related. And that is
How does that make any sense at all?
It's a useless thing to do for 2 reasons. The first reason is if I am looking for this Lucky Brand top, like I had this in my mind and I know it's Lucky Brand and I'm looking for it, when I type that in and Anthropologie pops up, well, I'm not your buyer. I'm looking for this, and this will not be an Anthropologie top. I can't change the brand. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm not your buyer. But then the other reason that is the algorithm is going to show your listing to a certain amount of people. And if you keep telling it to show it to people that is not your buyer, then your listing isn't being shown up when it should. It's showing up less. So that is for Google, obviously. When it comes to Poshmark, it works by sharing, that kind of thing. But Google is very important, and guest buyers are my favorite. They're so good. So good. So don't
Also,
ignore
you're
them.
just going to lead yourself to disappointment when someone goes, "Oh, that's a cute Oh, it's not anthropology. Never mind."
Right. And if you're an eBay seller, eBay does work very, very similarly to Google. So if you're doing this stuff on eBay as well, you're hurting yourself as well. So let's just put that there. Okay, number 4 is know your audience. So this one actually is for across the board, whatever search engine you're looking at, this is for across the board.
And she's also not the greatest at this one.
No, and that is why I crowdsource.
Yes.
So what this means is don't type a listing or title or whatever for a reseller. Make sure you're doing it for whoever you are marketing it to. So if I am selling men's clothing, I am marketing to a man. I am not marketing to me. If I would to search this, I'm going to search it very differently than he would.
Everything that we have ever looked for on Google has been a different search parameter.
Yes, it has. And sometimes we get similar results, but a lot of times we get vastly different results.
Yeah. You also didn't include blue or shirt.
Yeah, so one thing I think resellers and definitely myself fall into the trap of is we try to put in all of those really fancy keywords. I want to put in dolman sleeves, and I want to put in ruched, and I want to put in, all these words, right? But a casual seller is going to be looking for a polka dot
Casual buyer.
top. Or casual buyer, yes. It's going to be looking for like a polka dot long sleeve flowy top. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for all these fancy...
Blue t-shirt.
Yeah, they're not looking for a blue, long, Under Armour, athletic, short sleeve tee, crew neck. They're not doing it. They're not. So we need to remember and kind of check ourselves that we want to market to who we're selling. I'm not saying don't use your keywords, but I am saying when you're doing your listing, keep in mind who your target buyer is.
Also, don't be afraid to ask somebody how they would look for it. You do that all the time when you say, "Hey, how would you find this?"
Yes. So if you are coming across listings that you're like, this is adorable. What the heck? Why is nobody looking at this? Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask a bunch of people that are resellers like, hey, how would you have listed this? What could be different? Because you may be surprised. I mean, the other day I had one listed that I called a pocket tee. Now, I know now that apparently that's not called a pocket tee because a pocket tee is only an actual t-shirt where I considered those button-down shirts with the one pocket. I always called that a pocket tee. That's what I've always done in my life. Other people don't. Who knew? But if I was searching for it, I would type in pocket tee. So you just don't know what other people say. I guess different places, different people, everything. There's a bunch of different things. So know your audience and don't be afraid to ask other people because we all type and search differently. And then finally, it would be have a white background. And this is another situation where you're going to say, well, I see a bunch of big resellers who don't do this. Like one of my favorites is Voyages of Herb. They have the most adorable background. Have you seen their background?
Yeah.
It's the
plant? Yes.
Yeah, it's so
I got it. I've seen them.
I wish I was that cute.
I'm not that oblivious and under a rock.
Well,
Thank you, though. Thank you for saying that I know nothing about the business that you run.
But anyway, they are adorable and they have the best pictures. And if you ever find a comp of theirs, you're going to know immediately that that's theirs, and that's amazing. And if you can have that branding, I would not discourage it. However, Google prefers white backgrounds. So what that means is if you don't have a white background, you're actually going to rank lower than those who do unless you are someone special like Voyages of Herb who has natural traffic that goes to them, which automatically will make them rank higher. So if you're struggling like I was for a while there to actually rank on Google, what you want to be doing is make sure you have a white background. And there are easy ways to do this. If you're on eBay, they actually have a tool in their platform for you to remove the background so it's a white background. I don't use that because it does weird outlines. I don't understand what it's doing. I use remove.bg, I think is what it's called, and I can send you guys a link if you need it. It's a free service. It's not perfect, but it makes it white. Some people use Photo Room. There's a bunch of different things, but at the end of the day, make your background white. It makes it look cleaner. It makes it stand out more, and Google prefers it. So be doing that. It's something simple you can be doing.
Yeah, I think we all have to bow to the evil overlord that is Google.
Yeah, I'm going to bow to them because if you haven't had a guest buyer yet, you're missing out. They're fantastic. They come in, they buy full price, and they generally speaking accept the package immediately, and never has there been a problem. They're wonderful people. We had a Disney thing sold from a guest buyer.
Yeah.
They just bought it and they gave me 5 stars and there was no issues. Nothing. They just...
Yeah, it's because they're not used to the app. So they just say, oh, I like that, I'll buy it.
They're
Done.
wonderful. They're wonderful. So don't turn them away. You want all of the guest buyers. Get yourself on Google. I promise you, you will thank me. So anyway, that's it. So that I only wanted to give you guys quick tips on this. If you have more SEO questions, if there are other things you want to know, let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure we could do more of these, but these are the big ones that I'm noticing people have been missing. So
also, people are kind of snarky with you when you ask for crowdsourced tips.
oh yeah, I do get a lot of comments of the,
Yeah.
how are you a full-time reseller if you don't know how to do this, or if you don't know that keyword? If any of you have said that to me, I do know a lot of these keywords. I just like to kind of cycle through my listings.
Get a second opinion. It's not that complicated. It's not rocket science to figure out if you haven't sold it yet. Maybe someone else has some insight.
Yeah, and if you're not relisting and changing up your listings consistently on a consistent basis, you're making a mistake. Please do that. Make sure you're doing that. So anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We should be back really soon with what? A haul? Thinking a haul?
I think all.
All right, so we'll be back really soon with a haul. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be back soon.
Thank you all for watching.